Howdy y'all, welcome to the Gateway Drugs Progressive Playbook. I am your humble dealer. As a YouTube viewing junkie myself, I am well aware of the traps this platform has to offer in the form of alt-right fascist rabbit holes.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
To gateways into toxic masculinity and abuse.
But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
To predatory financial influencers.
Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it.
In this age of fake news and deepfake news, we need more voices who are willing to take principled stances and speak truth in all categories of life and society. I hope to be one of those voices who can deal out useful and truthful content and provide a gateway to spreading good ideas. And what makes this channel unique is I'm structuring the content into frameworks because I'm an engineer by training and I love structure and organization. The central framework of the Gateway Drug is this triforce, these three pillars of society: government, corporations, and individuals, each with their own unique strengths. So for example, individuals may not be able to scale to the same level of organization as corporations and governments, but we do see people's capacity to be kind and creative. Corporations are primarily motivated by profit, so benevolence isn't that high on their incentive list, but we can expect them to be able to gather a group of people around a mission, whether it's to make a product or provide a service, as quickly and cheaply and efficiently as possible. And finally, for governments, we have the lowest bar in terms of creativity. Like, you wouldn't want them to make your shoes for you, right? But we can see the government's ability to organize a group of people around crafting policies that would benefit society. And the reason this framework is so important and why we'll keep coming back to it is, I do believe we can start to address a lot of societal problems simply by asking which entity is best for the job. There are those who start with this belief that the government is inherently incompetent and inefficient, and if you make them too big and powerful, we'll be living in some 1984 style dystopian society where everyone is watched all the time, and as a result, you have to watch what you say and do. But because of this belief and fear, they're only relying on these two entities and trying to maximize personal liberties and the free market. However, when you have a weak government that is bought by large corporations, you get more of this other extreme. You get more like a Brave New World type dystopia where there's a lot of concentration of power and benefits to the small group of elites at the top, while everybody at the bottom is just getting garbage. And in this sort of society, the powerful get away with it not through force and surveillance, but by feeding the masses with endless streams of drugs meant to provide pleasure, ease pain, distract, and pacify. And if you look around at what we have today, I'm worried our world is looking more and more and more like a Brave New World. And that's why I'm starting this channel off by talking about government policies to try to fix this pillar and balance out the triangle in this section that I call the Progressive Playbook, which is my guide to creating a strong, healthy society with focus on the United States, because I'm American, we got a 2024 election coming up, and I figured I'd get more views that way. And to do this, I've created a sub-framework of the 6 cores to healing a society. 3 of them serve us personally, and we tackle those as the first tier. And the second tier is communal, and we have 3 cores there as well. Each of these tiers has a status core, a change core, and an action-reaction core. All right, let's go through these one by one so you see what I'm talking about. In the personal tier, we start with the health core, which is about personal status. So looking at policies that keep us well, like safer, healthier foods, and universal coverage of healthcare. Next, we move on to the knowledge core, which is about personal change. So education policies that promote learning in all stages of life, from pre-K through K through 12 to college or trade schools, and even beyond, because learning is lifelong. The value core is about personal action to help us build up things that are important to each of us. So policies around living wages and family well-being. Jumping to the communal tier, the environment core is about communal status, looking at infrastructure, climate policy, and the landscape of jobs. And then we move to the voice core, which is about communal change. So policies around having our needs heard and executed by the government in a democracy. So here we'll talk about ranked choice voting, unions, and getting money out of politics. Finally, the Peace Corps is about communal reaction. So, how do we as a society react to crime, drugs, immigration, and international conflicts? Do we react with peace or do we react with war? You may notice this framework resembles other frameworks like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that's because it follows a similar idea. You really want to make sure we've got our basics covered, so making sure we're taken care of at the individual level before we start to understand how to tackle the more complex or tougher challenges of the second tier that affects everyone. We're going to get right into it. In the next video called We the Purple, I'll be dispelling some commonly held misconceptions about politics. Alright, thank you for watching. This video was sponsored by no one. It's my first video. I'm excited to share what I've learned about government policy as someone who didn't study this stuff at all in college, but always has been fascinated by it, but also consciously tried not to stay too long in it to get jaded by the political spaces. I'm trying to build something new here, a more positive outlook on American politics, if you can believe it, such that we become agents of change and we can go out there and sway people's minds through honesty and logic and persistency. So please do leave comments on things you'd like to see me cover. We're a small enough channel where I can respond and hopefully we can start to build that positive community. If you like this video, check out a few more, and if you're trusting my voice on this platform, consider giving me a hit of that sweet LSB, like, subscribe, and bell, and I'll deal you the next one.